Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I am Malika, a freelance UX designer as well as a content creator. I got my first corporate job in UX field back in 2023, and for almost 2 years I worked there and gained a lot of experience. And in this video we'll try to figure out what the cons and pros of working a corporate job was. For the past 1 year almost, I have been working as a freelancer and I have worked with clients from all over the world. And we'll also discuss pros and cons of freelance. The purpose of this video is to help you guys decide which would be a better option, freelancing or corporate job. If you are freshly out of a college or you already are doing a corporate job, if you want to take the next leap and decide if you should switch your job into another job or start freelancing, or if you are a freshly graduated student and you don't know whether to start freelancing altogether just now or just do a job for a few years and then shift. So I think this video can help you decide that. So without further delay, let's get into the video. Starting with a corporate job. So let's talk about pros of corporate job first. As you might have suspected, the first pro has to be that you will have a stable income every month. So like if you have a specific expense every month, you know that by the end of that month you will be getting a new paycheck and most of your problems will vanish by then. But it also caps your income to a specific amount mostly. The second pro would be that it gives you a structure in your life, so you have like a specific routine every day. You get up, get ready for office and go to your office, have breakfast, work, have lunch, get back home, and then do your everyday task. And it has like a very structured routine for a person who is ready for that kind of a thing. And this again can be a good as well as a bad thing, because if you are someone who loves structure, I think corporate is going to help you and it's going to be a good thing for you. But if you feel this to be too monotonous, I think you might get bored in like a year or so. Also, if you are someone who has never stayed out of your hometown, I think a corporate job really helps. So this would be pro number 3, that it gives you exposure to live outside of your comfort zone. Many of us have generally lived only in our hometown, and we don't get that experience of how metro cities generally work. So I think this is a good thing if you want to get out of your comfort zone and just try out different things, really. uh, I would love to share a personal story at this point. So back in school, when I was, I think, just starting out my 11th standard, I think I, along with my parents, had gone to Delhi to see off my sister who was just starting out college. And I always used to be a very shy kid, and my sister suggested that I should be the one to go and purchase the metro tickets. And that shit scared the hell out of me, because I was so scared to talk to anyone that I thought that I could not do that. And I was right, I couldn't do it. And my sister had to come to rescue me from there. So that experience really opened my eyes that I really need to get out of my comfort zone and do things that scare me a bit. And once I got to college, I stayed in Uttarakhand, in Dehradun specifically, for my college for almost 2.5 years, and then the pandemic happened and all of that. But yeah, those 2 years really shaped me very differently. Like, I got out of my comfort zone, spoke to too many people, and right now, honestly, I can speak to anyone. So just imagine being that shy kid, and today I have shifted cities on my own. So like, I used to stay in Dehradun, then I shifted to Pune for my petroleum job, then from there I shifted to Hyderabad, then from Hyderabad to Bangalore, all of that on my own, and like not much help from anyone else. I'm very proud to say that I think I can do most of the tasks on my own and I don't need anybody else's help. I can ask for your opinion and I can get an idea from you, but I think I can manage most of these things on my own. And I think this is majorly because I left my hometown, and I Highly recommend for you, if you have never gone out of your hometown to get a job or go out study somewhere else, and just try to live in a different city, in a different country, and just experience that. I, being from a very small town, I can vouch for the fact that it really helps you as a person. Pro number 4 would be the learning curve. So you get to learn a lot of things. Basically, you will learn so many lingos actually: EOD, OOO, SOP. These things used to scare me. I was like so scared of these things. Like, what does that even mean? It's like a different language on its own. But you get a hang of it in like a month or two. And every company has different environment and different ways of working. The company policies are different, their processes are different. So you get a hang of everything and slowly develop your skill set also along that. Coming to the cons, the con, I would say the biggest con for me that I have seen is it caps my income to a specific amount. So like, let's just say my salary per month is 40,000. So it's very rare that I could earn more than that from my corporate job. It kind of limits your growth also. And basically your promotion cycle would be different. Like, in different companies, they have different cycles. Some company might promote you 3 times a year, some might not promote you even after a year. So it totally depends on your company type, their processes, your manager, how is your relationship with your higher authorities and all of that. So yeah, it really limits your growth there. Another con could be that it cannot be that exciting for everyone. For me specifically, my UX job has been really good. I really love this industry of UX design. But before that, when I was working as a petroleum engineer, I think I did not like my work at all. Like, it was really tough for me to get up every day and go to that job. So I think if you are not someone who's passionate about your job, it can really become like a burden to you over time. So my takeaway from this corporate section would be that if you are freshly out of college, if you have never stepped out of your hometown, if you are getting an offer to work at a corporate job, I think go for it. You actually get to build your own discipline, your own habits, your routine. You're going to live outside of your home, outside of your comfort zone. It really helps you grow as a person, and it also gives you that experience and independence actually to when you have to spend your money, you actually think twice before spending, because now you know that how tough it is actually to earn money. So when it is your own money, you will be thinking twice before going out for that party or maybe buying that shoe. So yeah, I think it really shapes you as an individual. Now coming to freelancing, the biggest pro of freelancing, and specifically for me, I think this is like the deal breaker for me in freelancing, is there is no income cap. It can be again good and a bad thing, but for me, I think personally it is a good thing. I know where to spend my time more to get more money. In a corporate job, if you are spending 8 hours a day, your income is still fixed, you're gonna get that 40,000 a month. But if in freelancing, if you are creating content, or if you're designing more, if you get more clients, you can earn more in that specific time limit as well. So I think it has a much more high earning potential. Next pro would be you get your own finance awareness, because in freelancing you need to know about your taxes, and when do you need to file for a tax and all of that. In corporate, generally everything is done by the company itself. You get that income after every deduction and everything, so it's basically done for you. But in freelancing, you need to know every single penny, where it is going. So I think that is a second thing, that you actually learn slowly about your finances. And specifically in Indian education system, we never learn about finances very specifically in our schools or colleges. So as a freelancer, I think it really shapes or helps you understand your own finances, and how much you need to save, how much can spend, and how much goes into taxes and all of that very clearly. Pro number 3 would be the freedom. Obviously, you have the freedom to work from anywhere, like anywhere. If you are earning good enough money, you can actually be sitting in Spain or Thailand right now and working from there. Like, there's no need to have an office at all. And specifically for me, I am right now not ready to go out of the country, honestly, and not even financially there to go out of the country. But I think this gives me the freedom to actually choose where do I want to live, where I want to spend my money. If I want to work from home, work from a cafe, or work from a co-working space, that gives you the freedom and you can travel more. Pro number four could be you get a variety of clients. In corporate, you have a fixed manager whom you need to work with and you cannot change it. Like mostly you cannot. So, and like contrary to that, in freelancing, you get to choose your own clients. Um, Not putting in the fact that sometimes you have to work with clients that you don't like specifically for the money. I've been there, but I would say you get a choice of choosing your own clients. You can say no to people that you don't think are good enough or are not offering you that kind of income, or are not that good of a person, or if you don't like them at all. So it totally depends on you. You get to choose, and you can actually work with so many different industries. In my corporate job in design, I was specifically working in just a fintech field, which was good. I got a lot of experience, but I also wanted to experience different fields like e-commerce or health, or maybe the hiring section, everything. I wanted to experience more industries, and I think freelancing helps me do that better. Pro number five would be you learn how to delegate your task. I think if you are in a corporate job at a lower level, you don't really have someone below you to whom you can delegate your task mostly. And in freelancing, I think you'll have to understand this better, that once you get a client, everything is to be done by you. So like getting on a client call, onboarding them, negotiating income, like what are you going to charge them, getting 50% payment advance, then starting the work, getting feedback, getting everything in place, handoff call, and getting the rest of the payment. All these steps are to be done by you specifically, because you are the only person in your team working. So I think delegating this task, maybe hiring an intern or someone who can help you out with your work, I think that gives you the freedom, as well as you know that learning curve of thinking as a leader and thinking as a team first. So I think that's another pro if you want to work as a freelancer. Coming to the con section for freelancing, as you all know, the income can be a con as well, because some months you can be earning in lakhs and some months you'll be making the bare minimum. So I think you need to understand how to work that properly. On days when you're making more than what you need to save that for your funds, emergency funds, and use it later when you don't make enough any month. So I think that's another learning curve and also a con, I would say. Second con I suffer from this a lot is that I'll do this later trap. So it's like the procrastination trap that you have, because you don't have anyone over your head to actually report to, and you have like a specific deadline that you want to work with. You don't have a specific routine or a discipline, like you have to work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can work anytime. So you get that feeling that, okay, I'll do that later. So I think that can be con. But yeah, you can get better if you are more confident and consistent with your work and focus better. I think you can overcome this con. Con number four, I think it's not really a con, but yeah, it's like an extra work that you need to do. You need to show up online and be consistent, and it requires discipline to show up online all the time. You need to post yourself on the platforms like LinkedIn, on Instagram, maybe Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. You actually need to be out there for people to actually see that you are providing this service and they can come to you for this service, right? So that is like an extra task you need to do, and if you're someone who's comfortable with doing that, I think it cannot be counted as a con. But if you're not, I think, yeah, it's a con. My takeaway for freelancing would be, it is great if you are someone who's self driven and you're consistent and you can take up some leadership roles or want to start something of your own. I think freelancing is a great starting point for that. Now, how do you decide? So you need to ask yourself basically, what do you want? I can help you decide that by giving you a very simple set of questions. Basically, do you want stability and structure in your life? And if you are okay with a specific amount of money coming in every month, go in for a corporate job, because I think even for a freshly graduate, that's like a very good starting point. So go for a corporate job if you're okay with all of these things. If you are someone who prefers freedom and flexibility over that fixed income slab or something like that, I think you can go for freelancing, because that is like a role that you can take up because you have something else planned for yourself. I think most freelancers, once they have reached a certain level, they generally go into leadership role, make their own companies or agencies, and become a leader or a founder more specifically. So I think if you think you can do that, maybe go for freelancing. But I think if you're someone who's already in a corporate industry, working as a corporate person for a year or so, or maybe more, and if you get queries to work as a freelancer and you always wonder what it's going to be like, I think you should go for it. Try it once, because you can always come back to a corporate job after trying here and there. But freelancing, it's like a thing that, I don't know, I found very fascinating, and that's why I took it up. I think that has a much more earning potential, and it will help you in the long run. So yeah, that's my take. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you got your answer of what you want to try out. Would really encourage you to drop down your preferences below in the comment section. What do you prefer, working as a freelancer or getting a corporate job? And if you want to know more about my journey of how I became a UX designer, the link for the previous video is in my description, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.